Taboo, it immediately rings a few alarm bells in some people's heads, I'm sure, that this could be a little outrageous, this musical. Is it?
I mean, it has its moments. The script's been changed recently in the last 3 weeks. George has just joined us, and a few changes have gone into the script. Before, it was quite sanguine, if that's the right word. Now it's a lot darker. It goes into a lot more depth of what George went through and what these other characters go through, but it still ends on that kind of light, upbeat note. The audiences leave having had a good, positive night. It's got a lot of depth to it. It's not like a lot of the new stuff around. There's a lot of depth in it with a lot of that other stuff that keeps it bubbling over and keeps it happy and keeps it light.
I tried to think of a word to sum up Boy George, and the only word I could think of was outrageous. He's always been outrageous, and he surrounds himself with outrageous people, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, but to a certain extent, I mean, after sort of 20 years of playing the character of Boy George, I mean, George O'Dowd is very different from the character of Boy George in the same way that Lee Bowry was a performance artist, so in public was surrounded by pieces of art and was a piece of art, but I'm sure he was very different in his own private quarters, the same way that George is. Publicly, yes, he's outrageous, but that's the persona that's been presented for the last 20 years. I'm sure that's hard to step out of.
What's it like performing in the show? Is it a lot of fun? I imagine it to be. I mean, it's quite an informal venue, isn't it? The venue itself, as it's called, is different to most theatres.
This is the first thing that's happened in this venue. It just was turned into a theatre for this show, and they hung out for it. There was a few problems with the licence and they were offered other theatres, but they wanted this space. It is informal, and the exits and entrances are through the audience, and the cast work with the audience. It just kind of works perfectly in this space, and it's got a real kind of... It's just got a really good atmosphere. It's really good to be part of something which you know the audience are enjoying. It's really good to be part of something where you come away after 2.5 hours, and it's been really hard work, because it is hard work, but knowing that you've done something good out there. I mean, I really like the piece. I think it's a really good piece. It's a piece that I'd pay to go and see, so it's a moral belief for working in it.
We're going to take a piece of music now from the musical Taboo. It's on, as I say, at the venue, just off Leicester Square. If you know where all the cinemas are, where they have the big previews, just go straight up and you'll hit it, the venue. It's a small venue from the front, but what's it like inside?
Well, it's a 330-seater. There's 2 bars. There's the downstairs kind of green room, if you like, and then there's the customers' bar. And there's also a bar on stage, which can be utilised by the audience as well, which, again, keeps them involved in the piece, if you like. It's a small, compact, polite venue. Really good staff. It's really well run, and we're well looked after here. So
intimate, then?
Intimate, that's a very good word for it, yeah.